Hi, and thank you for joining me to continue learning about NVDA and how to use it effectively and efficiently. This is the second video in this series, and in the first episode, we learn how to install, start, and stop this screen reader. In this session, we're going to go over a couple of configurations which are essential in order to give you the best and the most accurate usability experience. During this session, let's explore how to adjust NVDA volume, as well as how to turn on the speech viewer feature, which is very handy, and also how to stop the system from tracking our mouse and solely listen to our keyboard interaction. Let's get started. Similar to multiple ways of launching and stopping NVDA, there are also mechanisms that you can adjust NVDA volume. So one of which that we're going to start looking at is by using the Windows volume mixer, which is in fact the Windows built-in feature, and it gives you the ability to adjust any software sound on your system regardless of the actual operating system sound. What does it mean? For example, you would be able to listen to any other software just fine with the regular volume while you are lowering or increasing the sound of some other application. Okay, so this feature is accessible from the taskbar. You see the speaker icon, and then from there you have the feature available to you. It's called open volume mixer, and then you can increase and decrease the sound of NVDA and or mute it completely. Okay, some of you might ask, why should I mute NVDA though? The whole purpose of a screen reader is the audible output, right? Which is absolutely correct. So in a few minutes, we get to a feature that is called a speech viewer window that is offered by NVDA, which is very, very handy for our testers, right? So if you want to go through a digital content and experience what's being said, what's being conveyed to NVDA users, you are able to see and experience what is being articulated in an auditory sound to the users within a written version. So when you have the speech viewer window open, you definitely want to lower the volume or completely mute yourself.
Troubleshoot sound problems 1 of 3. Settings. Settings window. System grouping. Volume grouping. Adjust the output volume slider 100. Recording window window. Settings. Setting. Recording window. Recording window window. Click effect window. Recording window window. Click effect. Settings. Settings.
The second mechanism to adjust NVDA volume is by using a built-in feature within NVDA, which is called audio docking. This is a relatively advanced feature that you can activate. By default, the system is designed on no docking. Okay, but from the configuration, you can go ahead and turn on the other two options, which one of them is dock when outputting speech and sounds, or always dock. Okay, let's see what are the differences between these two options. So by default, you are running NVDA on your system. Okay, so the sound on the system is exactly matching with the sound of the other application on your system. Okay, imagine you have not updated your volume mixer. That's why by default, if you are listening to a music on your system, is exactly same level of volume when your NVDA is running. Okay. Now you go ahead and update your NVDA setting to docking when output speech and sounds are happening. So from one of the demonstration that we did, we were on the weather website, and what you notice is as soon as clicking on a link, there was a new page being loaded, and right away that video had sound and starts talking, right? So it starts, the music was kicked in and there was a narrate on the video speaking. So for the users who are listening to NVDA, being able to distinguish and understand what are the announcements are essential, right? And then what happen is when unexpectedly some other sounds is being played, they interfere, they confuse them, frustrate them, right? So it's gonna be a bad experience. So the system gives them ability to turn on, for example, if there is any other speech or sound is being played on the system, NVDA has the ability to push the other sound down and keep itself on the highest level, which means the screen reader are able users are able to listen to the commands, to the messages that is being conveyed by NVDA. Okay, the other one is always dock, right? So regardless of what other software is playing the sound and music, um, while NVDA is running, the configuration gonna say always keep me to the top and always keep any other um, application with a lower sound.
Loading NVDA. TechSmith Snagit Recorder window. Screen Draw HUD window. Highlight window. Loading page. The Weather Network, loading complete. Includes paid promotion.
Fall is all about change, and Canada weather
Clickable
is
banner
no
landmark,
exception.
YouTube
As we
home visit,
dive into
clickable
this new
skip
season,
navigate,
it looks
search
like we are going to
landmark,
trend
search edit
above
search
normal
blank,
temperature-wise through a large.
click effect window. Duck when outputting speech and sounds. Click effect window.
Now, keep
The
in
Weather
mind, normal
Network,
does start to
YouTube
slide
and
through
three
the
more
fall
pages,
months. So
personal,
Ottawa, for example, by
Microsoft Edge
November, you're
window,
sitting
the
around
Weather
61
Network,
average
YouTube
daytime
document,
high. But enjoy,
button
because
K
now
pause
at the end
keyboard
of
shortcut
October,
K,
those above
mute
average
keyboard
temperatures
shortcut
start
M button M.
storm-wise. It looks like we will see overall fewer storms across the country, with the exception being the east and west coast. Below
Volume,
normal, possibly
subtitles
in
slash
northern
closed
Ontario.
captions,
Now,
C.
moisture-laden systems are expected to hit the Pacific coast. It is your rainy season, and for the Atlantic basin, it's the southern sections we're worried about above seasonal precipitation, and of course, hurricane season could play into this.
Always
We
duck.
are expecting an active second half of the
Play
season.
on,
Now,
play
we
on
probably
TV,
will also
full
go through
screen
this
keyboard,
season and
full
expect
screen,
October and
F.
November some winter interruptions for places like Alberta, a few snowstorms on the horizon potentially, and by November, lake effect snow really does start
Canada's
to set up along
2024
those
fall
great
forecast.
lakes. So November
Fewer
will be
storms
that
and warm
change in
weather
the
ahead.
season.
Number
It's a bit of
fall
a wild
forecast.
card in our forecast, but temperatures do look above normal for most of us. Precipitation above normal for the coast, below
No
normal for
ducking.
central Canada, fewer storms, and high impact weather in the fall at times.
https://www.thuathernetwork.com. Number weather link. Number Thuather network link.
Mechanism number three is using shortcut key. Therefore, is the most efficient way to adjust the volume for NVDA. So you are able to use NVDA key, which is insert and or caps lock, plus letter S. S stands for speech. So what happens is by pressing insert plus key S, you would be able to toggle between different options from this feature. By default, talk is activated. That's how NVDA users are able to listen to and or get the comment in through their refreshable braille displays, right? By pressing Insert plus S, you will be switched to um, speech mode beep, and then by next key press, you will be getting into speech mode off, and then into on demands. Okay, there are differences between these settings. To show you what's the difference, for example, between beeps and on demands, we will do a demonstration. You will see a demo within a few minutes. But all being said, you are able to use a keyboard combination and then quickly activate and deactivate the NVDA talk mode. Okay, some of the newer screen reader users often launch their screen readers and then do their own thing, and then they quit, come back again, relaunch it, do a bit of interaction, and then quit it again, only because they're not aware of this feature. This way, you can just let your screen reader run on your system without any distraction, and whenever you want to do, for example, test some digital content, you want to get the screenshot, you're going to go screen recording, you're able to use a talk feature, and whenever you're not interested to hear or perceive the communication from NVIDIA, you can just toggle it off.
Ontario. Now, moisture-laden systems are expected to hit the Pacific coast. It is your rainy season,
Canada's
and for the
2024.
Atlantic
Get
basin, it's
more
the
fall.
southern sections
Video
we're worried
player.
about
Close
above
button.
seasonal
Don't
precipitation.
miss.
And of course,
Link get
hurricane
more.
season could play into this. We are expecting an active
Video
second
player.
half of the
Don't
season.
miss.
Now, we
Link
probably
get
will
more.
also go
Doug
through this
Gillum.
season
Choice
and
Hotels
expect
3.
October and November
Video
some
player.
winter interruptions for places like Alberta, a
Seek
few
slider 0
snowstorms
seconds
on the
of
horizon.
1.
November no
8
exception.
seconds
As
of
we
1 minute.
dive into this new
32
season, it
seconds.
looks like we
8
are going to
seconds of
trend
1 minute.
above
32
normal
seconds.
temperature-wise through a large swath of the country. Now, keep
Pause
in mind,
button.
normal does start to slide through the fall months. So Ottawa,
Rewind.
for
Next
example,
button.
by
Mute.
November, you're
Volume.
sitting around
Closed
6
captions
for an
button.
average
Closed captions
daytime
button
high. But
expanded.
enjoy from now
Off.
till the end of
English. Share
October
video
those
button
above
collapse.
average
Close.
temperatures. Now,
Share video button.
storm-wise, it looks like
Closed
we will see
captions button.
overall fewer storms across the country, with the exception being the
Speech
east
mode on
and west
demand.
coast, but even below normal possibly in northern Ontario. Now, moisture-laden systems are expected to hit the Pacific
Speech
coast. It
mode
is your
off.
rainy season, and for the Atlantic basin, it's the southern sections we're worried about above seasonal precipitation, and of course, hurricane season could play into this. We are expecting
Speech
an
mode
active
beeps.
second half of the season. Now, we probably will also go through this season and expect October and November some winter
Speech mode
interruptions
talk.
for places like
Closed
Alberta, a few
captions button.
snowstorms
Mute button
on the
group.
horizon
Mute button
potentially,
grouping.
and by
Next
November,
button.
lake
Rewind
effects
10
really
seconds.
does start to
Pause
set up
button.
along those Great Lakes. So
Rewind
November
10
will
seconds
be that
button.
changeable season. It's a bit
Speech
of a
mode on
wild
demand.
card in our forecast, but temperatures do look above normal for most of us. Precipitation
Speech
above
mode
normal for the
off.
coast, below normal for central Canada, fewer storms, and high impact weather in the fall at times.
Speech viewer window is another amazing capability that NVDA offers, which enables sighted user to be able to understand and perceive the similar audible content but in a written version. So this is amazing for people who are demoing NVDA and or attempting to log an accessibility issue, for example. So the speech viewer will demonstrate what is being articulated at the moment by NVDA software. The way that you will be able to activate it is you can go to the taskbar to the very right side to the show hidden icon option, the chevron heading up, expanding it, and then from there you find NVDA icon. By right clicking on it, you would be able to go to tools and then check off and activate a speech viewer.
show hidden icons. Button 1, show hidden icons hide. NVDA, NVDA menu. Tools menu. Speech viewer. Recording window. TechSmith Snagit recorder, show NVDA speech viewer. Show speech viewer on startup checkbox not checked Alt plus S. Not checked. Checked.
One more item that you need to keep in mind is by default, NVDA will track your mouse. So, which means when you move your mouse around this display, NVDA has the ability to read the content directly beneath of it. So for example, if you go on a button, it will read the name of the button. If you go on a link, it will read the text within the link and also the type of the element, right? So this is happening because within the mouse setting, the enable mouse tracking option is checked. Okay, so what we want though is to rely on our keyboard interaction more than mouse and be able to go, for example, through our web pages, through our digital documents, just using keyboard, nothing to do with mouse. So our recommendation is to go ahead and use NVDA key, which is insert button, and then press letter M. This will toggle the mouse tracking feature on and off. So in order to have the best accuracy, make sure this feature is toggled off, which means unchecked.
Folder view, show hidden icons. Show hidden icons hide. Blue NVDA. NVDA menu. Preferences menu. Settings. Folder view. Mouse. Mouse 7 of. Report mouse shape changes. Enable mouse tracking. Mouse property page. Enable mouse tracking checkbox checked Alt plus T. Not checked. Mouse. OK. Recording window.